So, you're running a CPA firm, you're looking to grow, and you've probably kicked around the idea of outsourcing. But here's the real question, right? How do you actually scale up your capacity without taking on a ton of new risks? Today, we're going to break down exactly how you can turn outsourcing from something that feels risky into one of your biggest strategic advantages. I mean, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Every firm wants to grow, but that fear, the fear of a compliance slip-up, a data breach, or just losing control of the quality, it can feel like you're driving with the emergency brake on. Well, that's the exact challenge we are tackling head-on today. And this really gets to the heart of it. It feels like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You have to choose. Either go after growth or lock everything down to protect that incredibly sensitive client data. But what if that's a false choice? What if you don't have to pick one over the other? That's exactly where we're headed. We're laying out a really clear, actionable roadmap for you. The whole point is to help you transform outsourcing from a worry into, well, a genuine resource. Maybe even your firm's new secret weapon. So listen, here's the most important takeaway. The secret to safe, successful outsourcing isn't about avoiding it. Not at all. It's about how you build the right partnership with the right systems in place. It's all in the how. So let's dive in. Step 1. It all starts with who you let into your world. This decision is absolutely foundational. I mean, if you get this part right, you're more than halfway there, for sure. And a key term you need to know is a white label firm. The best way to think about them is not as some outside vendor, but as a seamless, invisible extension of your own team. They do the work, but your clients only ever see your brand, your name, your quality. Okay, so what exactly should you be looking for? This right here is your non-negotiable checklist. You need a partner whose processes are already built around US GAAP. Their team needs to be fully trained, and I mean fully, in US accounting and tax law. You also need to be able to see their quality control, see the proof. We're talking real expertise in everything from federal taxes down to those tricky state payroll rules. All right, so you've done your homework and you found the perfect partner. Awesome. Now the focus shifts back to you. It's time to build the internal system that's going to make this whole thing secure, efficient, and accountable. Think of your system as being built on these 4 pillars. First, document everything. Seriously, every task, every deadline, every approval, it all needs a clear, written process. Second, you have to use secure, cloud-based tools for collaboration. Third, that tech needs to have things like unchangeable audit trails and rock-solid data encryption. And finally, this is not a set-it-and-forget-it kind of deal. You've got to schedule routine internal audits just to make sure everything's running the way it's supposed to. And this quote from our source material just nails it. This isn't about creating bureaucracy for the sake of it. A structured workflow is your #1 defense against errors. It's what keeps you accountable, and most importantly, it's what keeps your clients' financial data safe. Okay, on to our third and final step. You've picked a great partner, you've built a solid system. Now what? Well, now it's all about the day-to-day management that makes sure this partnership is successful for the long haul. Now, this is a really smart strategy you can use, the hybrid team model. You can use a nearshore team, a team in a closer time zone, for stuff that needs a really quick turnaround or a lot of back and forth communication. At the same time, you can leverage an offshore team, say in India, for all those high-volume routine tasks where their incredible efficiency and quality checks can really shine. It's all about playing to each team's strengths. Of course, I can hear you thinking it right now. But wait, isn't sending work offshore inherently risky? And look, that is an absolutely fair question. It's something every firm leader thinks about, so let's tackle it head on. And the answer is pretty straightforward. Yes, there are risks, but they are totally manageable. The key is to loop right back to our first 2 steps. You mitigate the risk by picking a partner with proven, specific US training. And then you enforce your firm's strict security rules on everything they touch. You don't lower your standards, you just extend your standards to them. So, what does that look like in practice? Well, it means you're providing continuous training on US regulations, because those are always changing. It means you're scheduling regular check-ins to talk about the process, not just the final product. And maybe most importantly, you're keeping those lines of communication wide open so that small issues never have a chance to become big problems. All right, we've been pretty deep in the weeds on the how. Let's zoom out for a second and talk about the why. What's the real strategic advantage you get when you nail all of this? So let's boil it all down. This is your game plan. Find a trusted white label partner. Make them prove their expertise in U.S. accounting rules. Build out those structured workflows with secure tech. Use that hybrid nearshore offshore model to your advantage. And commit, really commit, to constant communication and training. And when you put all of those pieces together, something really powerful happens. Compliant outsourcing stops being just about saving a few bucks. It becomes a real engine for growth. It strengthens what your firm is capable of, and at the same time, it actually deepens the trust your clients have in you. So, by being smart about who you partner with, by building a bulletproof system, and by actively managing that relationship, you can turn outsourcing into a powerful, scalable way to grow. And that really just leaves us with one final question to think about. Is your firm's strategy today really built to handle the growth you want tomorrow? Thanks for tuning in.